Studios here, and it is time now to go streaking on. No. Calm down. I don't mean that literally. I know you're the new guy, but let's not get ridiculous.
A lot of
here.
breaths were just held.
I meant. I don't know what you guys did on that show of yours. But we do this one
Are you
clothed.
a dad bod guy?
We do this one clothed. Okay, we're going streaking. Danny, Eagles. Will they be the first repeat winner of the NFC East in 21 years?
Yes, they will. This is still the best roster in football. Everyone talks about, are they going to be able to fill the defensive holes? This is the youngest defense in the NFL last year. Jalen Carter's year 3. Noah Smith's going to play a ton of snaps. They had a really good draft, and this offense is basically back intact. This was one of the youngest teams in the NFL last year. They are still incredibly young, and it's the best roster in football.
D-Wood, will Caleb Williams break the streak and become the first ever 4,000-yard passer in Bears history?
Yes, I mean, this is long overdue for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Still hard to believe
Like
that they haven't had a 4,000-yard passer. Listen, with all the improvements around Caleb Williams, the offensive line, the weapons, most importantly, the play caller, Caleb Williams, if he can play within structure, should absolutely be able to pass for over 4,000 yards.
Yeah, Chicago produced a Pope before it produced a 4,000-yard passer. Finally, Peter, the streak is 18 straight seasons of 500 or better for Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Will that continue?
Yes, they got better this week. They are a better team than they were a year ago with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback, and I think DK Metcalf is the best wide receiver they've had since Big Ben's glory years. I feel like the Steelers are a better team this season than they were last year. The offense is going to be significantly better. And this is a one-year deal for Rodgers. Why not? Let's go all in. Let's be better. I feel pretty confident the Steelers are going to be a very relevant team in the AFC.
There's every reason, if you want to question this. Right? I mean, his age, how he's played the last few years. The Steelers roster has some holes in it. If you want to start throwing darts at this situation, it's easy to do if you want to. I want to ask you a question, because the advanced statistics suggest Aaron Rodgers was a bad quarterback last year. Every advanced stat says that. I watch every snap of the Jets.
Yeah.
The second half of the season, he didn't look bad to me. He didn't look great. I'm not suggesting he was Josh Allen, but he didn't look bad to me. What quarterback are the Steelers getting next season if he's healthy?
He's a quarterback that you can win games with. He's a quarterback that you can get to 9-8 or 10-7 with. He still doesn't work the middle of the field, and that's not something that the Steelers offensively did last year. But when it comes to being able to throw it, he can still throw it. The questions are, can he move a little bit like he did at times last year? Well, that's to be seen. How much of this offense is he going to know? It's June. This is a guy in Aaron Rodgers who has liked a very particular style of offensive scheme, X's and O's, for like 12 years now. It's not necessarily what Arthur Smith majors in. So where is that marriage going to end up? Like, that's a huge question mark that I feel right now. Arthur Smith cut his teeth in Tennessee with these really innovative shifts and motions, really good in the run game. That's not necessarily something that Aaron has mastered.
Right.
It's not something that Aaron likes. So who wins in that war? I think we know the answer to that.
I think what he did with Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee was a lot of play action and getting work with two tight ends. That is what Aaron Rodgers is a master at. Aaron Rodgers is the ultimate play action pass guy. Find it, just throw it, and trust your guys to be there. I also look at the way that this thing is June, and everyone says, where was he all during May? And that might affect team chemistry. But if you think that the Steelers working in a silo and like, we can't start working on an offense for Aaron Rodgers until he gets in the building, you know that's wrong.
So you're saying they've known he was
been
coming.
building, whether he's coming or not, they've been building this thing.
Okay, here's my pushback on that. One, I would disagree he's the ultimate play-action pass quarterback.
You don't think he's the best at the play action in the game?
He was. He hasn't done it in 3 or 4 years at a high level. Two, I'm not sitting there saying that they're not building this offense around, but he has run one offense for years now, and he's excelled at it. When push comes to shove, like we have seen over the past couple years, and when they get to 2-2 or 2-3, and he's not playing the level that he wants or expectations, and TK's not, then they're going to go, let's call triple slants again, like they have for years.
Very quickly, their schedule, and I think we have it. It starts out with essentially the weaker part of it. So they need to get off to a quick start. You look at that, and Seattle will see what they are. Patriots, they go to Dublin there, they get Cleveland. They need to start fast, right? 4-1, something like that. That game against the Jets is fascinating.
4-1?
Schedule makers knew what they were doing. Well, it would seem that, yes, before they start getting into what would be a more challenging part of that? You don't see 4 wins on that screen?
God, no.
Okay.
I think maybe at the Jets, maybe the Browns.
I think I heard, I was watching the golf yesterday all day long. I think I heard Jim Nantz say that he and Romo were doing that game. It's part of their doubleheader. I think Nantz said that they're doing, all of a sudden, Jets-Steelers, 1 o'clock.
It's not Nantz and Romo with Mason Rudolph, I'll tell you that.
No, that's what I mean. So they knew this was coming. What is he going to be? How good is Aaron Rodgers going to be in Pittsburgh this year? First guess, he would.
Just a guy. Be honest with you. What we're asking of Aaron Rodgers is literally an anomaly. We saw it from Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the only 40-year-old quarterback that was able to play at a phenomenal level. We're sitting here talking about Aaron Rodgers, number one, being healthy at this advanced age, and then going out and being able to turn back the clock to when he was relevant on the field, which was 2020. That's years ago. Think about that. Years ago. On top of that, new play caller, new system feeder, something that he hasn't run in years. Aaron Rodgers. So there's a lot of unknowns.
Go back to Pittsburgh last year, and Justin and Russell's playing. And Russell Wilson takes over, and the play is pretty good, and then it falls off a little bit, and the conversation was very specifically, well, Russ is holding the ball too long, and the offensive line's not that great, that's a bad mesh. Look, what do you think's going to happen? Like, the offensive line is still the offensive line. It's still a subpar unit. If they don't protect him significantly better than they did the quarterbacks last year, it won't go well.
For those who were not with us earlier this morning, I liked your point about the difference in what he has to do now versus what he came to the Jets to do.
Well, even in Green Bay, the weight of the world was on him. It was Aaron Rodgers' team, and everything's he built around him. He goes to the Jets. It's you got to take the players to the Knick game. You got to be with 22-year-old guys. You also have to be the face of the favorite. We're going to be on Hard Knocks. We also have a young coach who's never really done anything before. You got to take solid. It's not that. It's a 1-year deal for $10 million. Come in and play football. I think that's liberating for Aaron Rodgers. He's not being asked to be the face of the franchise and the face of a city and be a savior. Just come and play football. He can do that.
There's something to be said for that. He's not his team, right? It's Mike Tomlin's team. They got a bunch of really good veterans there. I have a better feeling about it than most other do. We'll see. I'm usually wrong. Coming up, we've got
That's the first time you've said that.
Oh, no, I've been saying it for years. All right, we got so much to do as we continue here this morning. Oh, we got our baseballers will win at least one playoff game this year, something they haven't done in almost a decade.
I would not believe it. Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016. Most older quarterbacks don't all of a sudden get better. Aaron Rodgers hasn't had a relevant on the field season since 2020 when he was an MVP in this league.
Specifying on the field.
Yeah, on the field. Definitely.
He's been very relevant off the field.
That's right. For other reasons. So I don't see Aaron Rodgers turning back the hands of time and becoming that guy that we've known for all these years as a first ballot Hall of Fame.
On Saturday, it was made official. Rodgers is a member of the Steelers, and you were making an interesting point this morning, Schrager, as we were talking in our meeting, that maybe what they need him to do is exactly what he should be doing right now.
He showed up to New York last tenure here 2 years ago, and it was, here's the entire franchise, save us. Like, go save us, Greedy, make it happen. And he brought in all his guys, and he had his offensive coordinator, and as the weight of the world was behind him, he comes in here, $10 million contract, which is a great value from Omar Khan in the front office, and we're going to put you in a situation where we have veterans already. Just play football. Just play football. You have a 1-year deal. Just play football and be great. And I think the Arthur Smith offense works, but I'll add this. You might look at that mix between the Pittsburgh culture of blue-collar, hardworking. Guys, his greatest success has been with Mike McCarthy, a Pittsburgh guy. Alex Van Pelt, a Pittsburgh guy. Tom Clements, a Pittsburgh guy. I think Rodgers knows that Pittsburgh mindset, knows that market, and I think it actually makes a lot of sense that he could be plugged right in. Just go play football and win games.
Worst place they could be in, Pittsburgh.
How so?
Okay, so he's good enough, they're good enough, they're going to go 9-8, 10-7. They won't matter in the playoffs, and we all know that.